Hello, Subnautiloids. It's Frost Iron here. In this episode of Subnautica Below Zero, we're going to go wreck diving. Now, in order to prepare for wreck diving, we built ourselves an ultra-high capacity tank that we unlocked in last episode. Now, when we go wreck diving, we always take an extra tank. Always, always. Normally, once I get to the ultra high capacity tank, I don't worry too much about carrying an extra tank around anymore because it's got 220 seconds, I think. Let's get it to swap over. Yeah, 225 seconds is what it starts at. But for wreck diving, yes, you always take an extra tank. Wreck diving is the most dangerous thing in Subnautica, whether that's the original or the second. The wrecks in the second are also, for the most part, much larger and more complicated. It's very easy to get lost, very easy to run out of air, it's very easy to panic. And so you always want to have that buffer of time to get your bearings and say, okay, I had to swap tanks, that means I'm getting out, I'm getting back to my sea truck, and I'm going to replenish my oxygen. So that's a must. You'll also notice we're getting a little cramped in here. I could, of course, expand the base. You can always expand it. It's easy to do. But I'm not going to. Instead, we're going to move bases. We're gonna pack up and move to a different location. Not this episode, though. That'll be for next episode, probably. I also would like to show off the grav trap, or as I like to call it, the animal rights abuse ball, because there is no way that this is legal, like, at all. There's nothing legal about this thing, okay? That is animal abuse, plain and simple. But boy, does it make it easy to catch them. Don't put it too close to your base because it makes a really loud humming noise that if you're inside, it just, like, calcitates. And, oh, God, it's annoying. Anyway, we're going to make sure we're nice and stuffed, and we're going to bring lots of water. I don't think this will be... Oops, didn't mean to cook that. No, it's fine. We already have lots of water. Nom nom nom. Anyway, yeah, so that's the grav trap. Oh, and I guess I should probably mention that, yes, you'll need to build a modification station to get the ultra-high capacity tank. You can also do the thermal blade. I haven't done it yet. And then the swim charge fins, which we picked up the blueprint for at Omega Lab, are also very useful. I love them, but we don't have access to the polyaniline we're going to need to make them. We'll cover that later. And for these guys, we don't have the synthetic fibers. And that may simply be because I haven't been paying attention. There's a particular sea plant that's needed to make that. And I maybe we've passed it and I just missed it. I don't know. Maybe not. But for now, we're going to go wreck diving. And before we leave, I am going to repair. Do not want... Oh! Make sure you have a laser cutter on you. Make sure. You get out there, you don't have a laser cutter on you, it's going to be a short trip, and you're going to get very frustrated. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely make sure you have a laser cutter before you go wreck diving in Subnautica, or Subnautica 2. Either one. So we're going to basically head to in between Delta Station Dock and the pilot's last known location beacon. And we should pretty much sail right into one of the wrecks. There are 3 wrecks total. They're all pieces of the Mercury II, which is, I believe, an Alterran ship. Some kind of human ship that crashed or really got shot down by the orbital defense platform some time ago. I don't remember how long ago exactly. They have a fun story. They have a lot of different characters that have a lot of sort of class and style, but somewhat predictably it doesn't end well. Oh, we also have the horsepower and afterburner installed. The afterburner is pretty good. It's a little better once you get to ion batteries. or at least once you have the power cell charger. Which, incidentally, when we did Omega Base, I should have scanned a power cell charger. I forgot to do that, so I will be going back and doing that probably in between episodes. Yep, so here it is. This is the tail, and this is the the rear end of the Mercury II. And we're looking for an entrance now. Which there are several entrances, so whichever one we come across first, we'll just go ahead and use. Sometimes they're kind of easy to miss, but there should be one right here. Yeah, there we go. All right, and already you can see that door up there, that blackened door. That is going to require a laser cutter to get through. So it's a good thing we brought a laser cutter. See, that's a repair tool. So let's get the laser cutter going. And then there's also, further into the ship that way, metal salvage. Yeah, so metal salvage you can deconstruct into scrap. I actually don't want to carry it around right now. Well, maybe I'll pick some up if I have space at the end. No, probably not. We're moving bases again, so I don't want to grab too much stuff. One thing we are going to get a ton of is going to be copper wire, which is part of why copper is like something you end up getting overloaded on, is because these racks are just chock full of copper wire. Yeah, we're not going to pick up the salvage yet anyway. Copper wire we'll take, though. I mean, oops, yeah, so you also need the laser cutter to open some of these supply crates. And, ooh, reactor rod. So that right there, the reactor rod, is why we are doing this before we move bases, because when we get there, we are going to set up a nuclear reactor. It's just a very efficient power source. If you build a nuclear reactor and then fill it full of nuclear rods, it'll last you the entire game. Unless you decide to be, extra creative and, spend a lot of time and explore and such like that. You might have to replace the rods once, maybe. But it is by far the lowest maintenance of any of the power sources. Oh yeah, I forgot there are so many power cells here. I just built a new one and probably shouldn't have bothered. Okay. But yeah, we're going to get all kinds of batteries and other supplies in here. But that's not really what we're looking for. And in fact, I have been a little bit remiss in that I have not kept my eyes open. I don't remember where it is. But what we are doing now is advancing the story a little bit. The pilot asked us to sabotage the control tower. And in order to do that, we need to make a test kit module for whatever reason. And in order to do that, we need parallel processing unit. And in order to get that, we have to dive in this Mercury II wreck for reasons. So this is what we're looking for. It's easy to miss. It's just a little box on the wall. Now, there are 3 wrecks for the Mercury II. The larger wrecks have 2 of these that you scan. And the smaller wreck has 1. So any 2 of them will get you the full blueprint. Ooh, an advanced wiring kit. No, just a regular wiring kit. Okay. I was going to be very excited for a moment there. And you'll notice, we are doing really solid on air. Oh yeah, this is another entrance. So we can go out here. And, if we were low on air right now, we could go back. And in fact, you know what? Maybe we'll just do that. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Well, we can just come back in. So let's wander out. And then where's our sea truck? Right here, yeah. So we'll just fill up on air real quick. And we're good to go again. Actually, hold on. That's our inventory. You know what? We're going to unload some stuff. some water. Whatever. If as I recall it, I'm just going to swap batteries now. And then I'll dump the older battery. There we go. Okay. So, in we go again. So, on the side of one of these guys, there's going to be another parallel processing unit. I don't remember exactly where or in what room. Hopefully it's right here. Yeah, so here's the other one. So that's the two from this wreck. That's all we really need. Everything else we do exploring this wreck is for our personal benefit, gathering supplies, and finding the lore, right? Because there are going to be some abandoned PDAs that'll tell us the story of the people on this ship, which I definitely do recommend exploring and looting and, you know, doing all those things, because that's Subnautica, and that's why we play. Got some lore there. Oh, the glowing picnic. That's a cute story. Oh, but this... Oh, yeah, this is a room that's really tricky to get into because this vent is quite difficult to spot. I actually was pretty lucky to have spotted it there. I do not have these things memorized. You know, well, okay, I guess I've done this wreck dive about 4 times now, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But I still don't have things memorized. Yeah, always hit the oxygen plants. And you'll notice, you know, if you keep moving, if you kind of are comfortable and competent, you know, you can keep yourself pretty much at full oxygen most of the time. Again, I can't stress enough, the enemy in Subnautica is you. It is your fear, your mistakes, your overconfidence, you know, your panic, or lack of attention. You know, there are all kinds of things that can kill you that are basically all in your head. And of course, that's part of the beauty of this game, is that, you know, it's okay to be afraid. And I love it when this game scares me. You know, I'm sure I don't seem terribly scared right now, but the first time I went through this wreck, absolutely terrifying. And you know what? I mean, I hope that if you're watching this as a new player and you're, like, feeling pretty comfortable doing this, I hope you get the bejesus scared out of you when you actually do it for your own, because, you know, it'd be such a shame otherwise. Because it is so easy to get lost, to make mistakes, to panic. And it's not that I want that to happen, but it certainly would be a shame if you didn't feel and understand the risk. Oh yeah, here's another entrance. So I feel like there's an area I'm missing, but I guess this is the aft section, which it feels kind of incomplete because it is incomplete. It's, you know, it's the engine rooms and such. So I think we might have done everything. Yeah, we've certainly done everything we needed to do. I'll pick up 1 metal salvage, 2 metal salvage, maybe. Sure. It's titanium, so I'll be able to turn it into titanium ingots for travel, which they compact quite well. And then we can decompress them on the other side. Do I have room? I do have room for 1 more if I come across it, so... Yeah. Come here, door. Door's my only weakness. Alright. Did I just go the wrong way again? I don't know. No, there's my sea truck. Okay, we're going the right way. Alright, we got our metal salvage. Alright, so unfortunately we only ended up getting, I think, 1 reactor rod out of that. I would have thought there would have been more, but I guess there's only the 1 in that section. But that's okay. You know what? That is enough. 1 reactor rod will last a very, very long time. And that way you don't have to make them. They're not difficult to make. Where we're going to build our base is actually quite close to where the components for a reactor rod are. But it was still a good excuse to do the wreck diving before we moved our base. that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to hop back over to Mega Lab and scan the power cell charger that I missed earlier. And then I'm going to go. I'm going to pack up my base as best I can. And next episode is going to be all about traveling to the new base location and setting up. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. And remember to save. Until next time, keep on swimming.